I always believe when everything is pointing correctly in the right direction, if you don't do it, you will leave thinking, what if? Yeah, so don't think about it, do it. And if it does not work out, the thing about the worst case situation doesn't work out, you can always say if you're moving country, move back. Say if you don't like your job, find another job. Yeah, so I think it's just there are actually plenty of options that could be possible. And just having that dream, sometimes like I say, it takes a lot of boldness to do something. And if anything helps. Starting a new chapter is never easy, but if you are in a place that you don't find yourself growing and you are even becoming depressive, then I think that those are signs that you have to make that change.
Every time I look at all the job listing on LinkedIn, I ask myself, that particular logo, that particular organization, that particular company, why am I applying for that job? Does it because that their values really resonated with me? Or because that's the sexiest logo out there? And then I look at the JD, it's usually about this long, like 2 pages. And I ask myself, like, would I really wake up feeling energized to be doing what they asked me to do? And then I ask myself, why did I came when I forced myself to write down? It's money. I'm doing that for money, to be very honest. Just selling time for money.
Yep.
Then I asked myself, the next question was, at that point in time at 48 years old, as I stare at the blank piece of canvas, what do I want to do now at 48 years old? So I asked myself 3 questions I can still remember. Number 1 is, what do I want to do now? Number 2, what is important to me now at a point in time? And the third question I asked myself, which I think is the most important, is what am I prepared to give up to pursue what I want? Because the first one I asked myself, what do I want? Why is that important? And the last question I asked myself is, okay, if that is important and that is what you want now, what are you prepared to give up if you say you want it bad enough? So those were the 3 questions I asked myself.
Most of my clients are stuck and they're just not happy where they are, but they want to do something different. So that's the kind of client that people who are looking for a drastic shift or a clear direction. The main limiting belief I see is that it's simply fear of failure. They have an idea actually of what they want, but they're scared of the uncertainty. Naturally, we can't predict the future, and so there's a fear of making the wrong decision. And because of that fear of making the wrong decision, they end up not making a decision.
Yep.
And just staying put.
Yep.
And then there's a cost of also staying put, right? You can stay put and continue to do what you're doing. Yeah. Do you rather tolerate something? Are you trying to tolerate something, or do you want to go into something where you take a bit of risk, but the upside is going to lead you to a better ideal place? So this is where, and actually, better mind people if you already tune into yourself, right? You deep down and have the self-awareness. You deep down already know what you want. Yeah, but sometimes we need other people, external validation, right, or more supporting points to, hey, this is the right direction. This is the way to go, to help give you that courage to go for what you want.
I have one, and I will put a disclaimer here that it is something that someone else has sort of said before, but I sort of repackage it into my own, based on my own experience, which is, if you really want to succeed at anything, be patient enough to do the same thing again and again and fail a lot at the start before you can start to see success. That's the main thing now, because I think, and this problem is going to become even more, I think, pervasive nowadays, where because of AI, people want the results to come even faster than we've already been expecting it, right? Like we're already used to this idea of next day shipping and all that, and then suddenly people's brains get rewired to like, okay, things can come fast. And now we have AI who can give me results in like 5 seconds. Now people's perceptions will shift and they want things to come even faster. But because of all that, right, there is a lot of value to be had in just being patient enough to fail a lot, so that you can actually get good at something.
Looking back, I also think that it wasn't one big thing. And I think sometimes we think, I'm so stressed or burnt out by work, I'm going to drop everything. I think that's everybody's instinct. But of course, we all have responsibilities and obligations in real life. So for me, actually, my pivot was a series of steps that took place over several years. It eventually took me to a different country, but it wasn't something that happened overnight. So I do think that for people thinking about changing their careers, there are a lot of things you can do in the meantime, smaller steps in the direction that you want to take that are less risky than a complete change, that are also feasible.
I make a whole lot more mistakes. I may not have someone to guide me, but you just learn through it. And I think even when having done this for a while now, there are just some things that you have to go through to learn. It's the knowledge and the experience or expertise is different. Someone can tell you, hey, it's going to be hard. And that's something that I think about nowadays. I always say, I knew it'd be hard, but I didn't know it'd be this hard. And your understanding of what hard means deepens over time. Someone can tell you, hey, this is going to be hard, but being naive, you wouldn't understand, or rather you can't feel what that actually means until you've gone through it. And so I think there's no better teacher in that sense than experience.
Embarrassment is the key to success. If you're learning, bro, like if you are not embarrassing yourself, you are not putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, you will not grow. I was initially so afraid of how people would perceive me when I was starting up my TikTok channel, and I was like, just screw this. Screw what you think. Look, I have so many brand deals now. I am making a nice side income. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you to judge?
I think every action you don't take is a failure on its own. If you never try, you never know, right? But more importantly, I think if you don't take action, you already failed at the first step. And I want to add on that I feel that it's very important to always have intention. I mean, I don't practice it superbly on an everyday basis, but I think when I go into every interaction or I keep an open mind, but I do have intention. I think it's important to have intention so that your action has purpose. It has an objective. Yeah.
Because if you are going to start something without conviction, you will not be able to stay in it long enough to see it bear fruit. Otherwise, I know friends who would switch every 2-3 months because something isn't working. But in reality, you gotta stick to it for 6 months, a year, just to really make sure at the end of the day, what's important is to be able to tell yourself that you've given it your all, right? Not that, the idea didn't work because one customer said, no, I don't want to buy it. You just keep going. Yeah, you just gotta keep going, keep grinding. And if you do it, it'd be nice if you had a close friend to do it with. But obviously, it comes with its own challenges sometimes.
Yeah.
So you gotta pick your battles.
I would say, really, do what you want to do. Don't do something because someone else asks you to do, or because standard procedure, standard protocol, blah, 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 blah. No, you do what you want to do. You only got one life. And there's so many opportunities to come back to the standard path if you want to do it. A lot of my friends ask me, when I first joined social services, did you give up a lot? What do you think? Okay.
But you gain something else, right?
You gain no, I don't look very convincing now about social services, but no, you fulfillment, passion, all these things you have, right?
Yep.
Experience
Yep.
that not everyone can have.
Yep.
Yes,